All right, it's easier to break up videos that way. So I asked in the GCR Reddit, like, who were like the big teams from like yesteryear before when I started? Because when I started, it was Sayonara, Sayonara, Sayonara. And
Yes, right.
so I was like, who who are the ones before that? How did this all come together,
Yeah,
etc. And someone's like, "Shut up, rookie," or something like that. It wasn't that bad, but they were just like, "I got nothing."
right. But you just,
But yeah,
yeah.
T Dance sent me a text or a DM, and he's like, "Hey, if you want to know about this stuff, we have this server, and I can tell you about some of it."
Oh,
Yeah,
nice. You
and it
did get the
just
connection.
yeah, and from him I got to Dawn, and Dawn came in and really helped. And then I don't know how like Dawn and Gypsy came and joined our
Yep.
community side of the server, and really just and Joe Ride was a big deal. And
I
those
love him.
three really joined in. Fate came, Kyle came. There were a bunch of people that hopped in, and that really just kind of made like the community for us there, so I didn't have to go to GCR anymore. And then I have to thank Mel
Yep.
because Mel recruited for me, and since I didn't have to recruit anymore,
Yep.
Alessandro
Mel
got
got
in
me.
first. Yeah, Mel got you. Al was the first one, and after Al, then it was Mel.
Nice.
So sorry, I need to drink some of my sleepy time tea because I'm an old man drinking tea. Okay,
Very nice. I got my water at the side here.
nice. Well, it's also like 4 in the afternoon where you are. That's a lie. It's
Yes,
6, but
it's
you
6, but
still
it's a
have
lot earlier
sun.
than for you.
Yeah.
Yes, I do have sun.
So, what sort of goals do you have left in the game? What do you want to do for yourself?
I want to get to Devil Horn 2 sustainable. I'm getting close.
Yeah,
I would love Devil Horn 4. I love that they give you super, or sorry, Devil Horn 3. I love that they give you super late game goals because it means there's always something to be pushing for.
and we
So I
really
just want to
came in.
continually get my.
Sorry, I was just gonna say we really came in at a time where more late game content has been added.
Yes,
It's kind of
absolutely.
perfectly fit in itself for us. Yeah.
It has. Yeah, the late game content has been added as I've been able to do it. I'm
Hmm.
like, well, went at the right time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm enjoying that. I enjoy that the game has a lot of different creative ways to win. I think that's one of its strengths.
I think
I
I think you have been the major force of finding that, and frankly, it gives me joy and anxiety every time you post your build. It's just like I'm gonna have to explain to somebody why they can't use angels, and they're gonna be like, "Well, Bun uses angels," and I'm like, "Yeah,
One
but
uses
Bun,
Anglos, and I'm like,
if you do what Bun does, awesome, but no one does what Bun does, like
sure,
it's so yeah." So yeah, you are the one who shows that this game can be more than just a couple of builds. So
sure.
yeah,
Um,
take credit on that one.
I've seen the okay. I'll take that credit. Thanks. I definitely came in here with that motive and that mission, and it was like, no one's playing poison. I think poison's fine. Let's play poison.
Yeah, and you don't use voodoo.
Well,
I assume you don't use voodoo, right? I haven't looked recently.
no,
Okay.
I'm working on prestiging voodoo right now.
Yeah.
I dream of doing the lol. I'm gonna run voodoo build, but right now my build is so set. I don't know where I'd work voodoo in.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the problem. You kind of get solidified in your ways.
Yes,
There's a
absolutely.
part of me who's thought about cashing, and I really hope Walrus never listens to this. And if any of you tell him, I will boot you from the server. Well, I have thought about just literally. I feel like I could do some decent HM runs if I really wanted to, and or if I like really spent the time, like took a couple of days and got good at it, played it like for an hour or two a night. I could probably get at least top hundreds, not a top 10, but at least a couple top hundreds in a row,
Sure.
and stock up some tickets. I think I could then just reset everything and just go straight TA. And I
Whoa.
think about it sometimes, and then I just miss it very quickly, very, very, very quickly. So, but we'll never talk about it
Now,
again.
sure. Speaking strategy, I definitely will say +1 TA fall off late game, and I don't think TA builds are as good late game. I just think they're much more expensive. That's
I
coming as someone who stubbornly held on to my town archers for the longest time and that cursed knife for the
yeah,
longest time. I was like, they're good. They are good. The late game TA builds definitely work. Town archers are good. There's a reason why. I just think they're more expensive. You can find some heroes that'll creatively lower your price.
here's why I think it might be worth it. And before I tell you,
Okay,
I'm going to not botch this 21 skip, and I did not.
let's go. Let's go. Let's see it. Are
I
you
think I'm
manualing this?
no, God no, God no.
No.
that's what I mean by botch. When I botch, it means I don't. It means I have to manual and I don't
You
click fast enough.
missed.
Yeah.
Got it.
Um, I think that I can get a higher. So okay, I think two things. I can get a higher IC level with TA. Walrus has shown that to be
Sure.
the case.
That's true. TA are good for IC
And I
emulating.
think with the fact that I have something along the lines of 15 to 16 BGE items, that I could sprinkle them throughout the entirety of my TA build and not have to worry about those heroes doing anything. So those items don't have to be great. I just need their E lines, and then just
Yep.
have bosses handled by, oh, there was a defeat, but bosses handled by
Would have been a
DBM,
boss.
and I would have
Yep.
like a killer gold build. I
Yeah. Absolutely.
think, but I just like that's an all-in sort of strategy, you know. I don't know if I could do
Yeah.
that. Maybe next beta I do that and see what I can get if there's
I
another beta
mean, I'm
anytime
all
soon.
in on my strategy at this point, you know?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
one of the weaknesses, I cannot gold auto build. I've got this, as you like, I love that you call it the community focused approach, where I'm like, every person's a damage dealer and every person has to do their part. But now every person is critical. And as soon as I start removing seats for alchemist or military band, my build doesn't work anymore.
yeah. That's I mean, and that's because that's it's a simple matter of paying for it. I mean, there's luck. You could have had
Right.
tremendous luck, but no, it's money. It's entirely money that got me to this point.
Yeah.
The last boxes I opened wouldn't indicate this, but I had some decent luck on my first big round of opening boxes where I
Okay.
got a bunch of BGEs, and that that definitely does that. So yeah,
Nice.
yeah. But so you want to DH3 regularly. I'm not hearing, this is what's interesting to me, or DH2 regularly, rather. I'm
Yeah.
not hearing I want to get to X or I want to get to Y, like markers. I'm hearing like practicals. I
I
want to
want to
be
go.
able to sustain. Yeah,
I
you
want
want to
to
be able to.
go. I want to go.
Yeah, I have a feeling that when like you quit this game, however long that is, you're actually not going to quit it. You're just going to quit talking about it and documenting it. You're just going to let it run.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I'll be
Yeah.
on hiatus for a long time and come back months later and be like, I have enough money that I could like double horn. Oh, they added that? I'll double horn four
Yeah.
just for a little.
Just to see what I can do. Just to see what I can. You whip out the
Yeah,
old spreadsheet. You'll dust the spreadsheet. You'll dust it off.
dust it
You know.
off,
Yeah.
get some much more recent damage reports in there and see what we can't do.
You need to print out a copy of the spreadsheet and set it somewhere on a bookshelf to never be touched again until you can dust it off and then have the whole celebratory thing of it.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay. All right. So last question, and we're going a little long here. I don't know how much time you have, but have you always been a big gamer? Were you always? I think you
Yes.
are. Yeah. So
My
what
first
sort of games
game
are you into?
was
There you go.
Reader Rabbit on MS-DOS prompt. I had to type in rabbit into the DOS prompt. My dad set it up for me for that to launch the program. So incidentally, that's
Oh,
the first word I learned to spell. Pretty
nice.
motivated to get to the game. Um, so yes, I've been a gamer my pretty much my whole life, literally my whole life, pretty much, from age 30 when I was able to operate the computer
Hmm.
onward.
Yeah. What were the formative games of your youth after Reader Rabbit was mastered, which I'm sure you probably had a spreadsheet for?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Age 3 developing the spreadsheet, just really mastering that literacy in the most comprehensive way I could. I
Yeah.
really liked there was this moment where you could click something and it said W is for wagon. And the way it said it was hilarious to me. My parents must have loved hearing that 100 times. Uh,
I can tell you honestly,
um,
complete truth. Yes, we actually do love that. My daughter does some things over and over again, and they are,
uh,
and they don't last that long. You think you did it for forever, but really it was a 2 week kick. Um,
that's true.
right now,
Children
do
move
you
on.
know the Banana Boat song, the Deo song?
I'm not familiar.
Did you see Beetlejuice? Are you
No,
trying to
actually, I
are
skipped
you
that
trying to get
one.
me to sing this song? I'm not going to sing this song. So
Oh,
go.
well, I mean, if you did, great, but it's you.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to. The Banana Boat song by Harry Belafonte. You got to go look it up because my kid loves it and she
Okay.
dances around and she jumps around and it's absolutely
That,
hysterical.
and
So
that's it. You get to experience their joy, and that's wonderful.
yeah, and it doesn't get old. It doesn't get old. Some things get old. Some crappy kids videos get old. But
Sure.
yeah. So So what else? What other games? What? Take me to the
Yeah, the
Bun
formative
development.
years here, Super Smash Brothers has always been my favorite game from every version forward, always my favorite.
Okay.
I played a lot of RPGs. I liked Quest 64, I liked Gauntlet 4 on the Sega Genesis, I liked
Quest
Sonic, I like action, I
64.
like platformers.
I have not heard that
Quest
name in a long
64.
time.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh, dude, you've heard it before? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that game was special for me.
I
Um,
think I rented it once and didn't understand how to play it and took it back.
it was, there you go. That's
Yeah.
probably most people's experience. I went deep on that one.
Good. Would you still play
The
it now?
racing games. Yes, I would absolutely play through Quest 64 again. I could on stream. I have it.
You should. There you go. That's what you stream next.
Oh my goodness. That'd be a long time too. I've got so many games I'm juggling right now.
Yeah,
Supposed to do
you
some
do
research.
bounce through a lot of games.
I
Is,
do.
is that how you've
Rival
always
stream.
been? Is you always play a lot of different games at once, or just like
No, I
you have?
usually end up finding one that I focus really deep. For a while, that was League of Legends, which I'm remembering right now because I'm getting heavy into Pokemon Unite right now, the new Pokemon MOBA.
Yeah,
Uh,
you have talked
I'm
to
really
that.
into that. Probably one of the only genres I'm not heavily well versed in is first person shooters.
I'm terrible at them.
I'm not great. I'm not the worst and I'm not great.
I'm pretty terrible at them. We would have LAN parties. 21 skip, not
Oh,
bone.
nice.
Yeah. We would have
Very
LAN
nice.
parties on Halo, like Xbox, original Xbox, Halo, the original Halo. And I was a handicap. Like it was always like crap, Doc is on my team sort of thing. And that's a bit of an
Oh,
exaggeration, but I was definitely of the 8 to 10 dudes that rotated in and out and played regularly. I was
I
definitely in the
felt
bottom
that.
half. Um, but they were still fun times.
Wow.
So
Nice.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. Any other game that's special near and dear to you that you want to talk about that you want to make sure we know?
I mean, Super Smash Brothers is a big one. I mean, I went during Smash 4, one on the Wii U. I was in the competitive scene. I commentated a lot of games in NorCal's tournament scene, and actually
Wow.
did this ridiculous the Smash tour. I called it. I went all over the Northern California area, stayed in like 6 different cities with Smashers, visited tournaments, and commentated the whole way. It was a blast. It was a vacation with free room and board. Just got to
Wow.
use your communities.
So
Uh,
you got sent around. Was this? I thought you were an East Coast kid, so this was after you moved to
I
California.
was. I moved to California 8, 9 years ago now. 10 years ago, thereabouts.
Okay,
So I've had enough time in California to have my adventures here too.
got it, got it. I stopped having adventures. It makes sense, but it's okay.
Settling down and settling
Yeah,
in. You've got the kid to provide adventure for.
yeah. And I have this home that has its own raccoon infestation, which I don't know if you heard me complaining
Oh,
about. So there's that
beautiful.
fun.
There's
Yeah, I have a whole
good
family of
old first
raccoons
person or first
living.
world problems.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I think varmint infestation is an all-world problem. I think no matter how, like,
That's
we're gonna go to
true,
Mars and something's
actually.
gonna live in our attics there.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Let me stop this recording one more time, and then we're gonna start with your
Okay.
question.
Break it up. Break it up.